My name is Earl, and this is my human interface design project. I wanted to make a maths game based off another module for coding, and I started with Unity, but that was C++, and I was more comfortable in Java, so I went with Lens Studio. I went with the most recent version, even though 3 and 4 had the most tutorials. I felt 5 was more of a challenge just to try and learn it. I think more helpful in the long run. From there, I learned different things from tutorials I searched on YouTube. I learned things like how to make a high score game and how to make global variables go between different scripts. And I used all this information to just create my basic math code using scripts, just so the math game itself. From there, I started searching around through the template section to see what was available, and I was able to find something, a head motion. It was able to track the left and right turns of your head, and I applied that into the code. I then learned how to connect that code with my own code that I created, and then also make it use the z-axis to track the head as well, so that I can use up and down and left and right. I then changed the ball size to make sure it fit my particular screen using live testing, and made sure that the color when nodding to left and right in all the directions was green and red for positive and negative. I then tried to create a new thing to do, which was a bubble that you can see on screen falling down. I learned a lot about it from prefabs and tutorials, just how the bubble would fall down and I was supposed to pop it with my hand. But as it progressed, I could not get the hand to interact with the bubble correctly. The prefabs just would not interact and pop, and that hit a hard wall. So I cut my losses and went back and focused on the maths game. And I went into the code and tried to fix things like bad sums where divisions were resulting in multiple decimal points and subtractions went into big minuses. So I just kind of made the larger numbers on the left and decimal points down to 2 digits. And as you can see, I changed from having a start and an end button to just have a reset button. So the game is just simpler and easier, and there was less crashes and problems I was running into. I then did more and more live testing and just tweaking things and sending it to my phone, and then tweaking where things were placed and just looking for different errors to change, and making sure it just always fit correctly and felt right on the screen. And then I went into Blender and changed, there was a .mesh file for the ball. I changed that to a cube, OBJ, fired that in instead. And then went into Photoshop and changed the reset button so it looked a bit cleaner in my opinion. I don't know if everyone would like it, but I kind of like the way it looks now. So I did a little bit more live testing on the new version, and it all worked great. You were able to turn, reset, everything worked perfectly. All in all, the project went really great. The maths game was able to be created and worked. The bubble part was, I think I was reaching too far, and I think I learned a lesson not to try and put too much into one thing. Maybe in the end game I could have done better, but getting gucked up in the middle weeks trying to do that really slowed me down. So it's a great lesson to learn. All in all, it was a really fun project, and I hope to do more kind of coding and design based things in the future.